Hi everyone, this is the first video in a short series called
The Life-Changing Magic of 10 Frames.
Alright, so I'm here with my helper today to show you how 10 frames work and why they are so magic. What do we have here?
7 red and 8 yellow.
Good, and what do we get when we add those together?
15.
How do you know it's 15?
So 5 and 5 make 10. 2 and 3 make 5.
Yeah?
And 5 and 10 make 15.
Great! Okay, so talk to us about what is 7 made up of?
7 is made up of 5 and 2.
Good, and what is 8?
8 is 5 and 3.
Good, and then we can say it the other way, right? Instead of
Yeah.
saying 5 and 2, we can say 2
2
and
and
5
5.
make 7. 3 and 5 make 8, that's the same.
Yeah.
Now, if we were to take pieces away, we could think about it this way. 7 take away 2 leaves you with 5. 7 take away 5 leaves you with 2. 8 take away 3 leaves you with 5. 8 take away 5 leaves you with 3. So look at that. We have 8 equations just based on what we know about how numbers are set up inside 10 frames. Okay. So this is one of our magic tricks right here, that every number from 6 to 10 is composed of 5 and something more. So you can see how we always set up numbers in 10 frames, 5 on the top, and then some number from 1 to 5 on the bottom. So that's one of the first 10 frame tricks. So let's take a quick look again at what happened here. 7 plus 8 equals 15. We know that 7 is 5 and 2, 8 is 5 and 3, so you combine the 5s to make 10, combine 2 and 3 to make 5, and then 10 and 5 make 15. So another 10 frame magic trick is that you learn that every number from 11 through 19 is composed of 10 and something more from 1 through 9. Okay? And then the first magic trick that made sense to explain it at this point in the presentation is that every number from 1 through 4 you can subitize, and that means we know that the full top is worth 5. So from 1 through 4, if they're set up in a 10 frame, you can instantly tell what the numbers are just by glancing at them. Okay, our brains are wired to do that, so we don't have to count if it's a number from 1 through 4, and if they're aligned within a 10 frame, we can see it and instantly recognize how many are there. Okay, so to end this very brief presentation, I want to end with everything I ever needed to know about math I learned from a 10 frame. Okay, so let's take a look at what do we know just by organizing numbers in 10 frames. What do we know? We know how to subitize. That means you can instantly glance at numbers, at amounts in a 10 frame and tell what number they are. We learn how to compose and decompose numbers. So you can set up numbers. So 7 is made up of 5 and 2. And when you set them up that way, you instantly know several other related facts and equations. Also, when you set up numbers in groups of 5s and 10s, you have a fundamental understanding of place value. Okay, you don't have to do a lot of work to teach that as a separate idea because you're composing numbers in groups of 10 to start with. Okay, then we know fact families. We talked about that with all the different ways of arranging numbers within an equation. These hands-on math tools lead into strong mental math strategies. So you work with the 10 frames for a while, but eventually you can fade away from them, and you'll still be able to picture 7 as 5 and 2 more in your head, and then you can carry pieces and move them around to do equations. And then, just to end with, it lays a solid foundation because once you learn how to set up numbers within 10 frames and how to add single-digit numbers, you just carry those strategies a little bit further, and you can add double-digit, triple-digit numbers, you can subtract, and you can do a lot of that without having to memorize steps of an algorithm. You do it based on what you conceptually understand of how numbers work within 10 frames, and it makes so much sense. So the next video I have for you will be explaining how to do triple-digit addition. I'm going to jump up pretty high here, using these 10 frame strategies. And the secret to that is that you can add numbers beyond 1,000 and never have to add numbers higher than 4. So I'll share that in the next video. And then we'll do another one about multiplication. That one we'll use an abacus, but it's based on the exact same strategies of grouping numbers in groups of 1s, 5s, and 10s. All right, thanks for watching. We'll have more to share with you, and I will have a free printable that you guys can use to kind of dive into this and get started with each one, accompanying these videos.